Mike Hebert. After that, we have Mia Taverson and Troy Dixon here, so student athletes. Go ahead, Coach.
Sure. Our mantra for the week was, nobody else exists besides North Dakota State. We were not going to get caught looking past anybody, and my feelings were vindicated. I thought they played two terrific sets, the first two sets. They served on the whistle to outquick us to getting back into a serve receive. They ran a very fast offense. J-Lo's an excellent setter. I was impressed. The second general point is that we have three players who are freshmen. Talking about Tori Dixon, Ashley Whitman, and Steffi Suter, who aren't playing like freshmen right now. They're playing like veterans. And I thought all three of them contributed terrifically to the victory. I'm very happy to be moving on to the next round. Anything else?
All right, we'll open it up for questions for the student athletes, first of all, if you would.
Lindsay Gensel, Minnesota Daily. Tori, one of the things that you kind of has been your specialty this whole season, and we've talked about, is your serving strength. Can you kind of talk about that last run there in the third set, how important that was for you guys to kind of get ahead and get focused on that clincher?
It was, I just kind of went out and said I'm going to go after it, so I just kind of tried to put runs of service together, but the thing that kept me back there was like our defense, I think, really stepped up and pulled together, and Ashley had like a ton of kills like at the end, at the last little stretch there, so everything really definitely opened up for us, and it just happened.
Ron Miller, KUOM. Mia, that first set kind of reminded me of Taylor Carrico out there. Those tips over the net there. And, quite a few kills picked up in one set.
We worked a lot in the last couple of weeks, especially on meeting the Tribe's offense, and it's all attributed to our passing and our defense. You know, they put me in the position, and Jessica Rehnquist talks a lot. She calls when I'm open and when I'm not, and I attribute it entirely to their passing and defensive skills because they set me up for the game.
Other questions for student athletes? No? All right, we'll open it up the floor for Coach Hebert.
Brian Stenshaus with the Star-Tribune. Mike, Tori only finished with 8 kills, but 4 of them came right in a row in that first game that got you guys back into it as part of that 8-0 run. How important were those big kills that you had in that first game?
Well, Laura Bush, our coach who kind of oversees our offensive plan, wanted to get the ball to our middles early in the match, establish that so we could open up the outside a little bit. And Mia fired into Tori, I didn't know it was 4 times in a row. We have a setter who can handle that, we have a hitter who can handle it too. So I thought that was a very critical moment in the match when we established the middle.
Andy Arata, Fargo Forum. Mike, so I know it's been a while since you last saw them, but what differences did you notice in DSU this time around as opposed to the last time you played them?
The difference between last 08 and tonight, first time you guys were here, I thought they were kind of happy to be in the playoffs. And as I told our team before the match, this time there was no intimidation, there was no, they came to play. And that was obvious from the very first point. I think they ran out to 8-4 leads in both of the first 2 sets. Made us a little uncomfortable to be sure. But that's the difference. I thought they played, particularly in the first 2 sets, they played with a lot of purpose.
Other questions?
Coach Ron Miller with KUOM again. Can you talk a little bit more about, you touched on in your opening statement about those freshmen and how much they've developed and learned over this year. Can you talk about that and what you've seen these last couple of weeks in that young group?
Well, Tori Dixon here has been, she walked into our program with the ability to keep the ball in play. She's a very low error efficient player, and as the season's gone along, she's also turned into a kill artist. And Tori's been a tremendous addition to our team and our program. I thought you saw what Ashley Whitman can do in the last set. You know, when she gets going as a hitter, she's pretty tough to stop. She hits a real heavy ball, a lot of velocity. think your question was how those two freshmen.
I guess all the Suter as well, but.
Well, yeah, Suter has, of the three, Suter's probably improved the most. She's become a very good passer, and I thought tonight she made some spectacular defensive plays and kept the ball on our setter's head. Those three have been, well, a godsend and terrific.
Mike, gophersports.com, what did you see from, you play Creighton tomorrow night, what did you see from them in the match tonight?
Well, I think Creighton is going to be a very difficult team to play. I think their setter had almost 20 attacks in that 5-set match, and whenever things needed to go Creighton's way, she seemed to be right in the middle of it, dumping the ball over the net on the second contact. I think she does a pretty good job of isolating hitters with a pretty good neutral posture. I think Creighton's a very difficult team to play. What am I expecting? I'm expecting a pretty competitive match is what I'm expecting.
Coach Lindsey Gensel, Minnesota Daily again. Throughout the season, you had kind of gone back and forth between your two setters with Taverson and Nucci. What has the run been like with Mia having been in there for these last consecutive matches when you guys have gotten these really important wins? And what did you see from her tonight?
Mia won the job because, first of all, I think Nucci's a very good setter, but Mia does a better job, in my opinion, of running the team, of supplying the energy that a team needs, the direction that a team needs. If you watch Mia in between points, she's always on somebody, telling them what has to happen next. She's in communication with the coaches on the bench. Mia is the kind of setter that pulls people together, and that's why she won the job, and that's what she did again tonight.
Time for a couple more from Gal. No? All right.
Thanks very much.